वो पूरा सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस बेसिकली 2 सेक्शंस में डिवाइडेड था।
बार्कलेस में प्लेस्ड होने से पहले आप कितनी कंपनीज में बैठे?
फॉर दिस इंटर्नशिप ड्राइव बेसिकली 3 ब्रांचेस वर एलिजिबल।
तो यहीं से एक क्लासिक डिबेट निकलती है।
That one thing catch from my resume was my UI UX skill, graphic designing, ChatGPT. We are in the world of AI.
अगर आप इंजीनियर नहीं होते तो क्या होते?
Basics ना पकड़ी जाए। I forget everything.
आज का एपिसोड बहुत ही स्पेशल है क्योंकि हम बात करने वाले हैं एक ऐसे प्लेसमेंट जर्नी के बारे में जो हर इंजीनियर स्टूडेंट रिलेट कर सकता है। अगर तुम प्लेसमेंट के प्रेशर, ऑनलाइन टेस्ट, इंटरव्यू, रिजेक्शन या सेल्फ डाउट से गुजर रहे हो तो दिस एपिसोड फॉर यू। आज हमारे साथ बार्कलेस में प्लेस्ड एक अमेजिंग गेस्ट हैं, सो वेलकम टू द शो। सबसे पहले ऑडियंस को अपने बारे में एक छोटा सा क्विक इंट्रोडक्शन देंगी।
Okay, hello Mayur, hello everyone watching. I am Brinda, currently pursuing my bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication engineering at IET DAVV. I am placed at Barclays, having secured a PPO for graduate trainee role. Yes.
ग्रेट, थैंक्स फॉर द इंट्रो। चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं कैंपस जर्नी से। वृंदा, बार्कलेस कैंपस में कौन से रोल के लिए आई थी? एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया क्या क्या था? CGPA, ब्रांचेस, और जब बार्कलेस आई थी तो स्टूडेंट का रिएक्शन कैसा था? एक्साइटमेंट थे या फिर थोड़ा टेंशन में थे? इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए।
First of all, I got this opportunity through my college training and placement cell, which they organize this on-campus recruitment in the end of second year, or I shall say in the start of third year, was that period. For this internship drive, basically three branches were eligible, and those were CS, IT, and ENTC. Talking about the CGPA criteria, the minimum CGPA criteria they kept was 7 CGPA. Yes.
नाइस। अब थोड़ा सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस पे आते हैं। वृंदा, रजिस्ट्रेशन से लेके फाइनल ऑफर तक पूरा जर्नी कैसा था? कितने राउंड थे और हर राउंड का वाइब कैसा था? इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए।
पूरा प्रोसीजर काफ़ी अच्छा था। इट वॉज रियली नाइस टू जज एनी स्टूडेंट। तो पूरा सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस बेसिकली 2 सेक्शंस में डिवाइडेड था। एक सेक्शन, जो पहला सेक्शन था वो ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट राउंड था, और फिर जो दूसरा सेक्शन था उसमें 2 राउंड्स थे। फर्स्ट वॉज इंटरव्यू राउंड, टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू राउंड, देन सेकेंड वॉज HR राउंड। सो यस, दिस वॉज द होल सेक्शन।
ओके, तो ओवरऑल प्रोसेस का ओवरव्यू मिल गया है हमें। अब स्पेसिफिकली ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट पे बात करते हैं। वृंदा, क्या क्या टॉपिक्स आए थे ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट में और क्या डिफ़िकल्टी लेवल था? तो और ऐसा कोई अनएक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन था जिससे आप सरप्राइज हुए?
टॉकिंग अबाउट द ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट राउंड इन डिटेल, ऑनलाइन असेसमेंट राउंड पहली बात तो काफ़ी मीडियम लेवल का था। इट वॉज नॉट वेरी हार्ड, नॉट वेरी ईजी। उसमें कम से कम 12 से 13 क्वेश्चंस थे। 10 questions were of MCQ. Questions were from Java, DBMS, operating system, and all the computer fundamental subjects. And apart from these 10 MCQs, there were 2 more questions. One was DSA, and another was from SQL query. So that DSA question was DP based. So it was medium to hard level. Then SQL query was also a medium level question. So overall it summed up into 45 minutes to 1 hour. This was the whole online assessment test.
टेस्ट क्लियर करने के बाद आता है रियल गेम, टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू। तो वृंदा, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कि आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा था? किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन पूछे गए थे? DSA के, कोर सब्जेक्ट्स के, ऑन प्रोजेक्ट के? मेनली जब प्रोजेक्ट की बात करें तो प्रोजेक्ट में किस तरह के डीप क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे गए थे?
Okay, so moving on from online assessment round, next was the technical interview round, where they took my interview starting with my introduction. They asked me for my introduction. I gave my introduction, then they moved on reviewing my whole resume, going through it. Then after going through my resume, he asked me about the core subjects I mentioned in the resume. Those were DBMS, operating system and computer networks. Talking about them in detail, from database management system, they asked me about asset properties. They asked me about some of the schemas. Then he moved on questioning about the operating system. He asked me about the deadlock. Then how could we possibly remove them? That is using Banker's algorithm. Then that is what he asked. Then from computer networks, he just asked me about the layers. So that's all he covered above about the core subjects. Then he moved on asking me about the two projects that I mentioned in the resume. Those were both web development based projects. One was MERN stack based and another was just simple HTML CSS JavaScript based project. So he asked me about introducing the project. What was my project? I explained my project, and after explaining my project, he asked me questions in detail related to my project. He asked me some questions that how I code it, related to tech stack basically. Related to those projects. Then after covering up all the projects, he moved on to the asking questions based on DSA. In DSA particularly, he asked me two questions. First was a sorting based question. He gave me a series written on a paper. Then he asked me what sorting technique you would like to apply to sort this series. So I mentioned the divide and conquer algorithm, that is the quicksort algorithm. Then I told him about the whole pseudocode of that algorithm. But here's one thing that I would like to mention. Always tell them the brute force technique first, then move on to the actual technique to solve that question. Then second question was based on the simple array question. It was a easy question, but I think I mentioned various ways to solve that same question. One was the brute force technique, another was the hash maps, and then trees. Thus he was impressed by this thing that for that one particular problem I had many ways to solve it. So yes, this is how he wrapped up all the DSA questions. Then he moved on asking me questions based on SQL queries. He gave me two data questions that I want to do this is with my data. What query would you apply? So I gave him in return the queries. So and he ended this interview with asking me questions based on some puzzles. He asked me one or two questions based on puzzles. Those were very simple. One question was from coins and one was of horses. Those puzzles are generally available on GFG. So yeah, this is how my technical round was covered up.
टेक डिस्कशन काफ़ी इंसाइटफुल था. अब एचआर राउंड की बात करते हैं. सो एचआर राउंड चिल था या ग्रिलिंग था? कॉमन एचआर क्वेश्चंस कौन से थे और कोई ऐसा कोई ट्रिकी सिचुएशन क्वेश्चन था जिसमें आप फंसे हो?
HR राउंड की बात की जाए तो HR राउंड में ही आस्क्ड मी क्वेश्चंस अपार्ट फ्रॉम द टेक round, tech things. He asked me about the co-curricular activities, and it was actually a very chill pill round. He was trying to be strict initially, but then it went well. So yeah, he started asking me about my hobbies. Then he asked me about what co-curricular activities I do. So I mentioned some of the clubs that I worked in my resume, how I worked there. So I explained him everything. Then that one thing he catched from my resume was my UI UX skill, graphic designing. I think that was the skill I believe that made me stand out. He asked me about very deep questions. He actually liked UI UX, so he asked me deep questions based on color psychology and visual hierarchy. So all of these questions based on graphic designing. This is how we wrapped up. Then also I want to also mention this thing. He talked about hobbies as well. So this is where it got chill pill. I told him I play badminton, and at the same time I told him that I even watch Netflix series. So he asked me what series are you watching currently, and this is how he was watching the same actually. So it went well. So yes, you can mention everything in hobbies because they want to know you as a person. So yes, this is how it wrapped up.
बाय द वे एचआर में रिज्यूमे पे भी काफ़ी फोकस होता है. रिज्यूमे बिल्डिंग में तुम्हारा क्या टेक था और रिज्यूमे में हाईलाइटेड क्या पॉइंट किए थे जो से इम्पैक्ट बना, और रिज्यूमे में कौन सी मिस्टेक स्टूडेंट करते हैं जो तुमने अवॉइड की?
Okay, I think while building a resume, it's very important not to add any inaccurate information. in your resume, because at the end of the day they just want real you. It's not important how much amount of content you have added in your resume or how much amount of work you have done. I think it's important whatever work you have done it honestly, and you can express it honestly. So this is one of the mistake I feel like people do. They add inaccurate information. They should not do this. Secondly, I would like to mention in this resume thing is, I even mentioned my French learning skill as well, that I was learning French language from Duolingo. That was just an app. I had a 200 to 250 day streak. I added even minor point of related to me into my resume. Even this thing impressed them that yes, I was learning another language. So there should be some standout points you must add into your resume to stand out from rest of the students. Not just about this French skill or anything. You if you do graphic designing or anything, if you take parts in hackathons or anything. So yeah.
तो रिज्यूमे स्ट्रांग हो गया है, पर प्रेप स्ट्रेटजी ही रियल डिफिकल्टी होती है. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द प्रिपरेशन जर्नी. सो वृंदा, आपने प्रिपरेशन कहाँ कहाँ से की थी और क्या क्या रिसोर्सेज फॉलो किए थे?
Okay, so talking about my preparation journey. For my preparation journey, I practiced DSA every day. It's like if you're having food every day, do DSA every day if you want to crack any placement. And I ensured I had a strong grasp of the core fundamental subjects. As you are applying for any software role, you need to do all the computer fundamental subjects like DBMS, operating system. I also regularly watched English shows. This is something I added in my preparation journey. Why? Because I was keen to improve my communication skills, because I knew someday I'll have to sit into interview and I need to improve it anyhow. So yeah, I also made sure I do have completed development projects. Completed projects, yeah. So I made development projects, 2 development projects, ending it with this one thing, that you need to stay actively involved in clubs, college clubs as well, but only till the time it is required and you are learning something. You should leave the clubs till the when the time is for preparation. You're right. So yes, you should actively stay in clubs, but stay involved only how much is needed. And while preparation journey, I also made sure to do one standing out skill that could stand me out, is that my was the graphic designing. You could do anything, IoT or any hardware skill as well. You should learn one thing. Yeah, this was my whole preparation journey, and I majorly did it in 2 months of summer holidays that we got after the second year, before the company came in third year starting. Yeah.
Okay. सो बार्कलेस में प्लेस्ड होने से पहले आप कितनी कंपनीज में बैठे और कितनी कंपनीज का रिजेक्शन आपने फेस किया?
Barclays came very early, to be honest, according to me. It came just after the second year. So I did not have much, I was never prepared enough to apply in any company. So I did not apply in a lot of companies. But yes, I did apply in one of the program, that was the Google V program, that is majorly for the girls, women's. So yeah, in first year I applied there, and yes, I was rejected there in the English communication round. This was when I started watching the English shows and series on Netflix, and I tried improving my speaking skills.
So वृंदा, आपका क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है रिजेक्शन के रिलेटेड, कि काफ़ी बच्चे जो है रिजेक्ट हो जाते हैं तो उस सिचुएशन को हैंडल नहीं कर पाते, आपने किस तरीके से हैंडल किया था?
I think you should not take rejections very seriously. It's like if God has written your destiny, you'll definitely go to that place. So just wait for that one place where you'll get approved, and you'll forget about all the rejections that you had before. You should never mind them. Even I had a lot of rejections when I applied, even for internships later after my placement for journey. I was getting a lot of rejection, and that's completely fine. You should take a chill pill and move on to next company where you could apply next.
तो जैसा मैं बता दूं कि रिजेक्शन भी अपने एक इस प्रोसेस का पार्ट होता है. रिजेक्शन भी मिलना आपको ज़रूरी है. अगर आपको रिजेक्शन नहीं मिलेंगे तो आप अपने आप को इम्प्रूव नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट आर द कॉमन मिस्टेक्स जो कि लोग करते हैं और आपने नहीं की?
Okay, if we are talking particularly about the interview process, what are the common mistakes that I feel personally people do make is, first one is with the projects. When you are giving the introduction of your project or explaining them your project to the interviewee, you should make sure you are not saying that you have learned one tech stack and then you have implemented a project just because you have learned that tech stack. Rather, make sure to put it up this way that yes, around me was a problem, and to solve that problem I had this solution in mind. To implement that solution, I learned that tech stack. For example, if I have a problem around me or my mother wants to open some maybe a business, I knew I need to make a website for her business. I need to solve her problem for marketing, so I'll make sure that I'll make a website for him, and for that I learned this tech stack to implement that website. So this is how I feel like you should always put up your projects. Second common mistake I feel that people make could be of telling about the DSA questions, answering the DSA questions. When the DSA question is asked, you should first ask them the question very properly. Okay, is this the question I am understanding? Then moving on to while answering, you should always first tell them the brute force approach. Start with the brute force approach, then come to the actual logical reasoning answer that you want to apply, or any algorithm that you want to apply for that question. So this was the DSA question, how you should tell them the answer of the DSA question. Now moving on to another mistake that I personally feel that people make is about, if you are forgetting something in the interview, just be completely honest with them, because they just want to know the real you. If you forget something in the interview, then that's completely fine. You can always say that yes, I currently could not recall it and I will definitely brush this topic up for sure. So just be real into the interview and do not make these common mistakes.
तो यहीं से एक क्लासिक डिबेट निकलती है, प्लेसमेंट में मेहनत वर्सेस लक। तुम्हारा क्या टेक है इसमें?
Okay, I feel like talking about mehnat and luck, both of them play a very major role for sure. I cannot take one side, because if you do not have skills, you do not have knowledge, if you do not have, and you did not have consistency of working, you will not be able to express anything sitting there in the interview, or you could not take out any test. So yes, hard work is very important. And if talking about luck, again I'll mention, if God has written it into your destiny, you will definitely get it, and if he has written something else, then you will get that thing. So both of them, it's like 60-40, 60% hard work, 40% luck. Definitely things will work out when it will be the right time. Yeah,
बिल्कुल सही है, जैसा कि वृंदा ने कहा 60% मेहनत और 40% लक, तो बिल्कुल सही है। सो नेक्स्ट राउंड हमारा रैपिड फायर राउंड होगा। सो वृंदा, मैं आपको बता दूं इसके रूल्स, जो भी आपको पहले दिमाग में आएगा वैसे ही आंसर आपको तुरंत करना है, ठीक है? तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अगर इंजीनियरिंग एक रिलेशनशिप होती तो आपका स्टेटस क्या होता?
complicated but committed.
ओके, कोडिंग आपके लिए पैशन है या सर्वाइवल स्किल्स?
Survival skills.
सबसे ज़्यादा यूज होने वाला टूल?
ChatGPT. We are in the world of AI.
डेडलाइन देख के पहला रिएक्शन?
Shit.
ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट में आप कौन सा रोल प्ले करते हो?
बोलते रहना. Seriously talking तो development.
ओके, एग्जाम हॉल का बिगेस्ट फियर?
मेरी चिट्स ना पकड़ी जाए. Not to be very honest. टीचर्स घूरते रहते हैं. I think that is my fear. कि मैं चीटिंग करनी भी नहीं हूँ, बट पकड़ी ना जाऊँ.
इंजीनियर का सबसे फेवरेट लाई?
Yes, the work is almost done. जबकि they do it in the deadline, at the end for sure.
कॉफी या स्लीप?
Coffee. Not a sleeping person.
ओके, प्लेसमेंट इंटरव्यू का टफेस्ट क्वेश्चन?
कुछ फ्रेंच में बोल के दिखाओ. as I mentioned, my French speaking skills.
फ्रेंच में बोल के दिखाइए कुछ.
Bonjour. I forget everything. I stopped learning French after that.
ओके. अगर आप इंजीनियर नहीं होते तो क्या होते?
I think an artist. I love sketching. Yeah.
दैट वाज द फन पार्ट. बिफोर वी रैप अप, जूनियर के लिए कुछ एक प्रैक्टिकल टिप्स जो जेन्युइन हेल्प करे, और उन स्टूडेंट के लिए एक मैसेज जिनका कॉन्फिडेंस प्लेसमेंट में लो चल रहा हो.
First of all, I would like to mention this thing. Yes, placement period is the hardest period where you are actually looking for employment. It's about your living, right? So it's completely normal to stay stressed during the whole period. But ultimately, you will definitely find something, because if you have worked out, if you have done if you have done work, you have gained knowledge, you have done work with patience and consistency. And here I would like to mention that keeping patience and consistency throughout the preparation period, I think it's the toughest thing. But once you get the result, you will definitely find everything worth it. Just keep patience and consistency, everything will definitely work out. You'll get one on another company where you belong. Yes, all the best to everyone.
बिल्कुल. तो जैसा कि वृंदा ने बताया कि पेशेंस बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, और जब तक आप अपनी मेहनत करते रहें, जब तक आप सक्सेस ना हो जाएं. सो सच अ अमेजिंग कन्वर्सेशन विथ यू, वृंदा.
It was nice talking to you, Mayur, as well. It was really nice.
तो अगर तुम्हें ये एपिसोड हेल्पफुल लगा हो, रिलेटेबल लगा हो, मोटिवेशन लगा हो, तो शेयर इट विथ योर फ्रेंड्स. और ऐसे ही किसी प्लेसमेंट जर्नी के बारे में जानना हो तो प्लीज़ कमेंट करें. ये वीडियो अगर आपको पसंद आई हो तो इस वीडियो को लाइक करें, इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें. सो मिलते हैं किसी अगले वीडियो पे. तब तक के लिए
ओके बाय.
Bye bye, guys.
बाय बाय.